Welcome. In this series, we're going to build a point-of-sale application from scratch, using Laravel 13 on the back end and React 19 on the front end. A point-of-sale app, or POS, is the software a shop uses to make sales. The cashier picks products, adds them to a cart, takes payment, and prints a receipt. Simple idea, but it touches almost every core concept in web development: databases, server-side logic, real-time UI state, and form handling. This series is for beginners. If you have written some PHP or HTML before, but never used Laravel or React together, this is the right place to start. We will explain every concept as we go. No skipping. By the end of episode 10, you will have a working POS app with product management, a live sales screen, cart logic, checkout, receipt printing, and a dashboard. Let's talk about the tech stack first, then we will install it and take a tour. We are using four main technologies: Laravel, React, Inertia.js, and Tailwind CSS. Let me explain each one in plain language. Laravel is a PHP framework. It handles our database, routing, business logic, and user authentication. Think of it as the engine of the car, the part that does all the heavy lifting on the server. React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. It runs in the browser. It is what makes the page feel fast and interactive. Things like the live cart updating as you add products. That is React. Now, the normal way to connect a Laravel backend to a React frontend is to build a separate REST API. Laravel sends JSON. React fetches it. That works, but means maintaining two separate projects, two sets of routes, writing authentication twice, and managing CORS headers. It is a lot of extra work for something that is still one application. Inertia.js solves this problem. It sits between Laravel and React and acts as a bridge. Laravel controls the routing and sends data directly to React components. No JSON API needed. From Laravel's point of view, it works like a normal web app. From React's point of view, it gets props just like any component. One code base, one auth system, no CORS. The version we are using is Inertia 3, which is the latest. It supports server-side rendering, which means the first page load is fast even before React takes over. Tailwind CSS is a utility-first CSS framework. Instead of writing custom CSS classes, you compose styles using short utility names directly in your HTML. We are using Tailwind version 4, which has a brand new engine and is significantly faster to build. We are also using Radix UI, a library of accessible, unstyled UI components like dialogues, drop-downs, and select menus, and TypeScript for type safety in our React code. The database is SQLite. That means no MySQL server to install. The database is a single file on your computer, perfect for learning. Laravel 13 ships with official starter kits. One of them gives you a full React plus Inertia setup out of the box. Instead of wiring all of this together ourselves, we start there and build on top of it. The nice thing is we don't need to install anything by hand first. Laravel Herd already bundles PHP, Composer, and the Laravel installer for us. So there's no separate PHP or Composer setup. Herd has it all, and we're not going to touch the terminal to create the project either. Herd can scaffold a brand new Laravel app for us straight from the interface. Let's do that now. Open the Herd app, then go to the site section. Click the plus button at the top and choose Create a new Laravel project. This is the same Laravel installer you'd run in a terminal. Herd just gives it a friendly window. Choose React Starter Kit from this window. In the dialog, name the project POS App. Authentication, we will use the build and authentication. I will not install the team support. Just initialize a Git repository and PES for testing. Hit Next, and Herd runs the installer for you. It pulls in all the dependencies, scaffolds the React Starter Kit, and Because the project lives inside Herd's Park Sites folder, Herd automatically serves it at a .test domain. No PHP artisan serve needed. When it finishes, you'll see POS App listed in your sites. The URL is http://pos-app.test, and Herd set that up for us automatically. Open http://pos-app.test in your browser now. You should see the Laravel welcome page. There is one thing we still need to start manually: the Vite development server. Vite is the tool that compiles our React and TypeScript code into JavaScript the browser can understand. Open a terminal in your project folder and run npm run dev. Leave that terminal running in the background while you work. Vite watches your files and recompiles instantly whenever you save change. If you stop it, the page will still load, but your latest front-end changes will not appear. From your Herd directory, or if you use command line in any place you saved it, open it on your preferred text editor. I will use Cursor for now. Let me show you the folders you actually need to know. We will ignore everything else for now. The app folder is where your PHP application code lives. It contains models, which represent your database tables. It contains controllers, which handle incoming requests. And it contains a few other things we will meet as we go. The only model here right now is user. We will add category and product models in episode 2. Controllers are the middlemen. A request comes in from the browser. The controller decides what data to fetch from the database, and then it passes that data to the front end. We will create a product controller and a category controller later. This is where we define our URL routes. Every URL in our app has a matching line in this file. Let me open it. Right now, there are only 2 routes. The root URL, / shows the welcome page. The dashboard route is protected, meaning you must be logged in to see it. We will add routes for products, categories, and the POS screen as we build them. Migrations are PHP files that describe your database structure. Instead of writing SQL manually, you describe your tables in PHP, and Laravel creates them for you. We will write migrations for products and categories in the next episode. The frontend lives inside resources/JS. This is where all our React code lives. The Pages folder contains the React components that Inertia renders. Each file here maps to a URL route. The dashboard route renders the dashboard.tsx file. When we add a products page, we will create a products folder here. The components folder contains reusable React components. Things like buttons, inputs, dialogues, and layout parts. These are already set up for us by the starter kit using Radix UI. We will build on top of these. Layouts wrap multiple pages in a shared shell. The app layout includes a sidebar, the top navigation bar, and the content area. Every page in our POS will use this layout. Our Tailwind CSS configuration lives here. In Tailwind 4, the config is written directly in CSS rather than in a separate JavaScript file. This is a change from older versions. Vite is our build tool. It compiles our TypeScript and React code into optimized JavaScript that the browser can understand. The config file connects Vite to Laravel, so they know about each other. Let's look at the app in the browser. We have a welcome page at the root URL. There is a register link and a login link in the top right. Let's register a test account so we can see the dashboard. After registering, you land on the dashboard. Notice the sidebar on the left. That is our app layout. The main area shows placeholder boxes because we have not built anything yet. That is what we're going to build together. Over the next 9 episodes, we will replace every one of these placeholder boxes with real POS features. In the next episode, we will design our database. We will create migrations for products and categories, define the relationships between them, and run the migrations to create the tables. See you there.